If you're an entrepreneur or a 1099
What's up, y'all? What's up? It's Tuesday. And Savage Talk with Keefa is back on live. Tuesday. It is March. Is it the 5th? Yeah, I think it's March the 5th. For some of y'all, it's payday. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right. It don't have to be Friday for payday. In fact, the life you want means that every day is payday. It does not have to be Friday. So check it out. Welcome to Tuesday, y'all. Savage Talk with Keefa. You're listening to 101 TKO Radio, knocking it out the box, always and always. So some housekeeping. Y'all can stream us live on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. You can chime in on YouTube. Tell me if I'm lying. Shoot me those comments so I know exactly how you feel. You also can call in. If you want to call in to the station, 678-439-7419. 678-439-7419. I got some great things that we're going to talk about today. So I posted online today. Well, actually, listen, I'm saying I posted online, but I'm sure all you guys know social media was down. The Zuckerberg, the Facebooks, the Instagram. Now, not only that, the Amazons. So do you believe it was a hacking situation? Some say yes. Now, of course, we don't know the details. So we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about the hackathon. Not only that, I want to talk about the Donald Trump GoFundMe. Now, this is crazy. If y'all don't have nothing to say on this Donald Trump GoFundMe, I almost said something else that wouldn't have been nice. I caught myself. A man who became famous talking about how rich he was. Not only talking about how rich he was, giving a narrative to the world through Celebrity Apprentice, how rich he was, having all of those famous folks. I mean, yeah, they were celebrities in their own right, having them jump through all these hoops to prove themselves deserving of a job for Donald Trump. So now there's a GoFundMe for him. So we're going to be talking about that. Not only that, check this out. So it's a sister. Now, she actually still holds the basketball scoring record. Her name is Pearl Moore. Now, why they do Pearl like this? They done gave somebody named Catlin Clark, they being the NCAA, saying that she holds the record, but it's a fabrication. It's false. We're going to talk about that as well on this Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. So I hope it's the best day ever for you. I am your savage host, Keefa. So let's get right to it. First things first. The Facebook, Zuckerberg's playground. Facebook, Instagram. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, and probably other sites we're not aware of because, see, we're only in the United States. But think about worldwide. Why? Because business is worldwide. Social media is worldwide. Were you one of the people that got locked out, couldn't log back on? So, I've talked about this before. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But I do believe that sometimes popular thoughts can be what's actually going on behind scenes. Just like with Fulton County being hacked. Cities, big governments, big corporations, they don't want to tell us they've been hacked. Why? Because, see, they've been collecting our data all of this time. So much so to the point that when you download a new app or some new technology, y'all know I love AI, so I always love trying the new technology, especially if it is AI powered. There are all of these APIs, okay? API is just it's a way to say, I'm going to take this app and give it a way to integrate with my app. So we have trusted. We just trust these social media sites, right? If you want to download something and it says sign in with Facebook, looks like you've done this before. Sign in with Google, sign up with Facebook, sign up with Google. We are tired of putting in our user IDs and passwords. We can't remember all our passwords. That is the reason why we use these social media apps as a way to sign in to other apps, because we've already verified ourselves. We've proven who we are. We've already proven who we are to these social media managers, meaning the Zuckerbergs and the people that are looking at our IDs and confirming by looking at our IDs, and also by looking at our face and our fingerprints and all of that, they can confirm who we are. So we have gotten so used to allowing these apps to log in for us, right? We want to save time. We want to save the headache, the stress of remembering a gazillion passwords, right? So we use facial recognition. We use Facebook to log in pretty much. You know what? I'm trying to think. Pretty much the majority of apps that you download now, Facebook can be used to verify who you are. Now, fast forward to today that we've gotten all comfy with these social media sites representing. Really think about it. We have allowed these social media sites to represent our identity when we are signing on and signing up for other apps and other products and services. We allow Facebook to represent our identity because we do not want to remember. Actually, not only do we not want to remember passwords, we don't even want to remember phone numbers. We don't even want to remember phone numbers. Everything is on a smart device somewhere. Now, I got a game. Take pictures. Listen, delete all pictures, and then we'll play a game. And it's going to be called Who Am I? I give you my phone. I take your phone. It's like a raffle. We put it in the hat, or like a Secret Santa or something like that. We put 20 phones all into a hat, and everybody takes a phone out. And let's see if we can figure out whose phone this is. Now, of course we can. But hey, how much fun is that going to be? Like going through folks' stuff. Like, I knew what I thought about you was halfway right. I knew you was crazy, but now I can confirm it. I am saying all of this to say we've trusted these sites. We put so much into these sites. And even though somewhere in the back of our mind, we know that these sites can go away, get hacked at any time, we still trust in letting these sites represent our identity. We still trust in having our information in our smart devices. Okay, yes, on your phone. Yeah, you back it up to your laptop. We get all of that. But what happens when all of that gets shut down in the cloud? What happens when the cloud gets shut down? Where are you going to be? Do you have any money? Or is your money in the cloud? Yeah, if it's in the bank, it's in the cloud, baby. If it ain't under your mattress, look, some of y'all better go talk to Fannie Pack Willis and her dad. Because they the ones with the cash. They the ones with the dough. And if you weren't taught to have some cash on hand, then you better learn today, right now. Facebook represents the cloud, okay? Facebook represents the cloud. Fulton County represents the cloud. See, Gwinnett County sites was down a couple days ago, too. And I ain't even say nothing about it. Yeah, but I noticed it. And you know what? I believe It all has to do with all of these sites being hacked. They all been hacked. Our own government, listen, do y'all know this? Our own government, we pay people to purposely try to hack our sites. We have to, because how else are we going to know if there's any vulnerabilities that need to be remediated, that are exposed in our country? It's crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this is the thing. If you don't take today, and I told y'all, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm somewhere in between a realist, an optimist, and a manifestation professional. Okay, so what that means is, if I see enough stuff that make it look like a duck and sound like a duck, I'm gonna call it a duck. I don't care what Fulton County calls it. I don't care what the news calls it. I don't care what the spin is. Zuckerberg, he can say whatever he wants to say. But I guarantee y'all, when they say, well, we're really not sure the cause of it yet, it could be anything. Listen, hacking falls under anything. Okay, just like losing power, losing backup power, that all falls under anything too. But you mean to tell me that they don't actually know? So we're going to be talking about that. Savage Talk with Keefa is Tuesday. Don't go nowhere. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Put me on top.
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Savage Talk is back. And yeah, you know, I love me some Tevin Campbell. If you old enough to know Tevin Campbell and you know that's good music, we could be friends. But see, if you ain't old enough to rock Tevin Campbell, or you say, who is that? Then we gonna have a problem. For real. We gonna fight. We gonna fight. If you don't know who Tevin Campbell is, we gonna be fighting. Just come with your gloves so I can just show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay, so look, we talking about good old Zuck, the Facebooks, the Zuckerbergs. So in my opinion, I've been saying, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I believe it was a hack. Because you know why? Anytime, this is a political tactic. It's a ploy. When politicians or these big CEOs of these huge corporations like Mark Zuckerberg, see, when they come out saying, well, it's still too early to tell, we don't have all the details yet, that means we didn't been hacked. Because what other details wouldn't they have? Think about it. They got all the developers, the best developers in the world, around the world. They have all the latest technology, artificial intelligence included, backed and powered. You tell me, what more details do they need that they don't have? So see, that's politician talk for we've been hacked. We either have to figure out who we got to pay, how much we got to pay, and how are we going to remediate this threat. And you better believe when corporations get hacked like this, not just banks, when corporations get hacked, in fact, it's probably more dangerous, Facebook, Instagram, and these social media sites getting hacked. You want to know why? Because, think about it, artificial intelligence, machine learning. How long you been on? Listen, I've been on Facebook a long time. I've been on Instagram for some years. If you add up all the time you've been on these platforms and think about all the data you've put on these platforms, all the different data. Some of y'all post when you got a new job. Some of y'all post when you moved. You post when you had a kid. You post when your kids have birthdays. You post when you're having a party. And you know y'all be posting advertisements trying to sell your products and your services. So a machine already has, your data is already out there. The data that you've already put out there. Okay? Compile that with verification data to verify your identity. Compile that with other sites, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. You didn't apply for a car loan. You didn't apply for a bank loan. Your data is everywhere. And so if a company or corporation like Facebook gets hacked, you don't think they can hack in to other systems? Because one system has your driver's license and your address. Another one has the last 4 digits of your social. Another one's got the first 6 digits of your social. So the thing is, your data's already out there. Now, point number 2. I've been telling you guys, you cannot solely rely on social media for your tribe. You need to have your tribe and own your tribe. Email lists, your clients' customers' names, where do they hang out, what are they doing? You need to own that information, and you need to have it in your own database. Why? Because, number 1, you cannot always rely on social media. And you can't rely on it to be accurate. You can't rely on it. Oh, wait, let me go back. I just said something. Hold up, stop the presses. I just said you can't rely on it to be accurate. How many of y'all be making up phone numbers when you want to get something free? You want to get that ebook? You want to get that, you want to get that template, that blueprint? Yeah, I'm good. You start putting in all your numbers in. You say, wait a minute. I don't want these jokers calling me up trying to sell me the $10,000 product. I want the free right now. Let me test drive it. So then what you do? Delete. You take out them last 3 to 4 numbers and make them wrong on purpose. So, sometimes it's crazy. You be changing your birth date. Have you ever done that? Change your age and then can't remember what year you used for that product. You can't remember what year. Women, we do that all the time. We do it all the time. If you don't want nobody knowing your age, especially at places like Ulta, the makeup stores, all of that stuff, what you do? Hey, you make up a year that you was born, and you take about 10, 15 years off. Don't act like I'm the only one who do that. For real, for real. But then can't remember, what did I use for this store? And what I use for that store. So gotta scrap it. So the information that you're getting in social media, if you're using that to build your tribe, to get your customers and your clients, look, you have got to have them in your own database, because you want accurate information, especially if you spend money on paid ads. So that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother reason, okay, which is really in my opinion, okay, as a business accelerator coach, the number one reason why you don't rely on these social media sites. Because you know what? It's not traffic that you own. It is not clients. It's not a database that you own. So it doesn't matter. Like, for example, I've got my Black Women's Business Accelerator group on Facebook. It's almost 28,000 women in the group. Yes, it's my group. But see, I don't own that data, that information. So it is valuable. But you know what? See, I need my 28,000 women in my group, on my email list. Yeah, it's not the same. So that's what I want you guys to get. You cannot rely on these social media sites. And then on top of that, let's just start getting our brain and our memory back in order. Do y'all remember when you was learning your multiplication, you had flashcards? You have flashcards and you will repeat it. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. Whatever. 2 × 3 is 6. 3 × 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So you can get the concept. This is what we need to get back to doing. Remembering phone numbers. Remembering addresses. You don't want Alzheimer's, do you? Now, everybody doesn't get Alzheimer's. But you know what? Remembering phone numbers, remembering addresses, remembering things helps you ward off Alzheimer's. Doing crossword puzzles. I talk about that stuff. I'm not a crossword puzzle person, but I'm a lover of learning and new information. I'm a lover of learning and new information and implementing the new information. So I have a built-in method and blueprint to replenish brain cells, to always have new brain cells on deck, ready to replace the ones that are at the end of their service life. Okay, yeah, I'm saying we all have brain cells, just like a regular cell, like skin cells. Your skin cells turn over daily. Or some of y'all act like y'all don't know that. If you ain't taking no bath, no hot shower with a hot soapy rag every day, and you live in Georgia, you don't know that your brain cell, your skin cells turn over daily. Okay? Daily. That is why you have to wash your body. And that is why occasionally you have to actually get a body scrub. Yes, you want your skin to breathe. So your brain cells are constantly turning over. And you want fresh cells on deck, okay? So, yes, Facebook, Instagram, start building your own list that you own. Now, I also talked about Dumpy Trumpy. Okay, let me take that back. I also talked about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, we talked about the shoes. But, now, this is what threw me, really. Donald Trump having a GoFundMe. And listen, that ain't even the best part, y'all. The best part is the GoFundMe started by Elena Cardone. Yeah, Elena Cardone, that's Grant Cardone's wife, y'all. And look, I'm somebody, I represent the 10X Club stuff. I believe in it. I practice it. I learn it. I have the stuff. So I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. However, see, what the other people do don't stop my flow. Now, back to this GoFundMe, because I want to talk about not just about Trump, but I want to talk about the GoFundMe mentality. Because, see, that, for me, that is the bigger story. But before I get to that, let me tell y'all. So Donald Trump's, his GoFundMe that Elena Cardone started, they are asking the people to donate to Trump to the sum of the $355 million. So it ain't like they trying to get a portion. They had a nerve to ask for every penny. 300,000,000.00. Okay, I think I had enough zeros in there. But $355 million. Now the cold part, I couldn't wait to share this. The cold part about it is that the people ain't having it. I think right now the GoFundMe, and Nelson, you can pull this up if you get a minute. I think the GoFundMe is only at, hey, what's up, Brooklyn? The GoFundMe is only at probably about $160,000. Or it might have been $1,000. I was moving through it so fast, like, who gonna give Donald Trump money in the piggy bank? Who's going to donate to Donald Trump's piggy bank? Okay, because what I want to know, since I talk about the GoFundMe culture, and what you'll find is, okay, wait, Nelson, where we at with Donald Trump? Like, this is like, where we at with the GoFundMe?
1,329,000.
What? Listen, oh my God, y'all, please stop giving this self-proclaimed millionaire, stop giving him money. Okay, did y'all hear that? He is got over $1 million. $1.3 million that he's asking y'all for to help him with all of these court battles. And think about it. This is what's crazy. This is how I said Donald Trump is the greatest salesperson of all time, because only his people will allow him to talk recklessly about him, call him all kind of dumbs, the this and that. And then the thing is, it's black and brown people donating too. You better believe that. They buying his shoes and doing all of this ridiculousness. But the thing is, Donald Trump can say whatever he wants to say, and his people is still going to follow. And not only are they going to follow, they're going to buy. They're going to show up, and they're going to participate. They're going to wave flags. They're going to do insurrections. They're going to get themselves arrested. They're going to get out there in front of the public campaigning for him. Even though we need to do a where are they now for everybody that was in his first campaign when he ran the first time. We need to do a where are they now so we can see where Herschel Walker at. I need Herschel Walker in a dark room with a spotlight on him, sitting in a chair doing a confessional, talking about, well, yeah, you know, I was running for Mr. Trump, and I thought I had a shot too, but you know, all of them women. Yeah, Herschel, go sit down. Let's do a where are they now, please. And Brooklyn, look, can you film this? We got to do a where are they now, because the same thing gonna happen to Timmy. Okay, the one from Fat Albert, the real life version of the Fat Albert kid who had the big teeth and the beanie. What was his name? Y'all know, those of y'all that watch Fat Albert. He looked just like him. They had it all on Instagram. Looked just like him. Maybe it was mush mouth. But listen, Savage Talk with Keefa, y'all. I know y'all listening. Lean in. Don't go nowhere. The show is fire. We're going to take a quick break, play some songs, and we'll be right back. I'm your host, Keefa. We'll be right back. Savage Talk with Keefa.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? To Tennessee, Atlanta, DeKalb, Gwinnett. Y'all know. Listen, I already know it don't even sound right saying Gwinnett. I'm just messing with y'all. I live in Gwinnett, but I can't be rapping about being in Gwinnett. Or could I? Listen, Migos is from Gwinnett. Y'all don't get it twisted. Gwinnett can have a little bit of swag, but I think they are Gwinnett's claim to fame in the rap world. But look, y'all may not have known this, but one of the founders of Airbnb went right to Brookwood, which is in Snellville. Did y'all know that? Yeah, not only did he graduate from Brookwood, but last year's graduating class, he came and he did the commencement speech, and he gave away $1 million in Airbnb stocks to the graduating students. Y'all didn't know about that, huh? Yes. So Airbnb. Now, you think Airbnb, let me ask y'all, which is the biggest conglomerate? Migos or Airbnb? Airbnb. Why you think Airbnb? Because it could be a trick question. Because how many ways does Airbnb get paid?
That's a good question.
See, yeah, it's just a different perspective. You're probably right. Only because with music has somewhat of a shelf life.
All right.
I mean, even though, I don't mean that literally, but in the minds of people, music has a shelf life. So you're going to be hot one year, the next year, that same album likely is not as hot and not making as much money. Whereas Airbnb, yeah, they make money from people who are listing their properties for rent. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, that's the only way they make money. Now, they could actually make money by handling the back end booking. Now, I'm coming up with stuff. Y'all know I love coming up with ideas. Airbnb could actually partner with the hotels and handle the back end bookings. Yeah. Because y'all know, listen, sometimes your greatest competition is your best collaborating partner. And I think that is oftentimes it's overlooked in business because people have the scarcity mentality. But the truth is, see, not only would hotels be killing it, Airbnb, they already are killing it. Now that COVID is over, they had a shaky few seasons because people wasn't going outside. But now that COVID is over, it's different.
Well, I now see a lot of commercials. They doing commercials where they're suggesting people do Airbnb versus like you got a family and then you just in this one hotel room with stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, that's one of the benefits of Airbnb. Now, Airbnb has progressed to where pretty much if you go to Airbnb, you ain't going to be renting out somebody's little side storage room. It was like that for a while. You'd be renting somebody's storage room and using the same bathroom as them. So let me tell y'all, this is a funny story. So back in, I don't know, it probably was like 2019. Me and some of my other coaches, we went to Madison, Wisconsin to the CrossFit Games. And we waited a little bit late to book the place we were staying. And we ended up getting an Airbnb from this woman. And let me tell y'all, this lady, she was a nice lady, but it was a shared house. Yeah, and it was like it wasn't actually in Madison. It was like in Janestown or Janesfield, somewhere like that. But it was where lots of politicians and folks with money stay, kind of in the suburbs. Now, when I tell you we were sharing a house, which I thought it was with her, but we were sharing the house with her and that cat she had. Okay, she had a black cat that had full range of the whole house. And this is back when super hosting just emerged. And so, she was making breakfast and all that. And I woke up one morning, I seen the cat all up on the counter by the breakfast, and I was like, that's a wrap. I don't want nothing. I don't want to eat nothing in this house. In fact, I told my other coach, you sleep over in that room with the cat. I'm just going to stay over here. See, some things, like I believe if you're renting out your space, you can't have the pets and all of that stuff. That's the thing. Everybody is not into pets like that. I love pets. Or if you're going to do that, you need to disclose that on your listing. So that's how Airbnb makes money. Migos, they make money now. And actually, they don't even make all their money if they have a record deal. Because really, the record label is making the money and paying them a portion. And so depending on how much they spending with videos, are people still spending millions of dollars to make music videos? Those days should be over. Really. People, listen, if you're an artist, you can make your own videos. Especially now with AI. And when Sora comes out, if you are a video production company, remember I did that show, AI is already replacing you? You on the show I mean, this is not to say that artists don't have a platform. If you're a videographer or filmographer, Tyler Perry, he saw what was coming. And that's why he put a halt on building that new studio. $800 million or something like that. Why he gonna continue with that when he can start using Sora too? He can use that too. I bet you he been tired of wearing them wigs anyway. He tired of doing Medea. I guarantee you he's tired of doing Medea. And you know what? This is the thing about that role he plays. See, in Hollywood, when you have a sequel and a threequel or a prequel, when you have movies, it's common that different actors can be used. Now, we don't always like it, but we've seen multiple different Supermans. We've seen multiple different superheroes, like Batman's, all of that. But who else gonna be Medea? What other 6'5" man gonna put on a wig and an extra big booty and a moo and is gonna play that role? Nobody else can do Medea except Medea, which is Tyler Perry. And I don't really want to see anybody else doing Medea. And I'm a Medea fan. I know Medea is one of those people that you either love a Medea or you hate a Medea, and you just think it's corny and you over it. I love Medea. But you know why I love Medea? Because, see, Medea is always a culmination of those people in her life, which are also other Tyler Perry characters. The brothers, the uncles. That's what makes Medea who she is. And see, I appreciate character development. So, back on the GoFundMe, y'all. This is what I want to talk about, because it really ain't about Donald Trump. The GoFundMe mentality. Do you believe that there is a mentality that's a GoFundMe? This is what I mean by that. If I can't afford this, let me just ask for a GoFundMe. I see that so much. Like, I didn't see it like that when I was in Cali. I see that so much in Georgia. When people do not have funds for something. And when I say something, I didn't see a range of the some things. I've seen scholarships, like the good some things, scholarships to, taking my kids on a dream trip, a dream vacation, to my bills got cut off because I got ill. Now, all the way, I can actually say to Donald Trump, a millionaire asking for money. So this GoFundMe mentality, does Trump get a pass? Apparently to some people, he gets a pass where he can claim rich, rich, rich to get y'all to follow and vote for him. Rich, rich, rich. But on the back end, I need y'all to fund me paying these lawsuits so that I can continue running for president. And when I become president, I'm just going to pardon myself from all of that stuff. So there's so many things at work that I can't even talk about all of them on one show. There's so many things at work, because if you're donating to this GoFundMe mentality to the Trump campaign, you are in essence saying what he did was okay. And that, see, the whole point of having to pay your victims is, the purpose is to give them a sense of wholeness, restoration. You need to restore the things that they lost. And since in some of those cases, it's impossible to restore the fact that you have molested or raped. Like, you can't restore a woman or a man from that. So the next best thing is, I'm going to pay you reparations as a way to restore and bring you to whole and complete. So if you are donating, for the people who've donated to the Trump campaign, that means you are co-signing that it was okay. Yeah, that's what that means. You are co-signing. And see, for me, that's why I have a problem with Elena Cardone doing that. Because, see, I support the Cardone movement. But now you telling me you setting up shop to help this man really not suffer any consequences. See, that's the second point of having to pay punitive damages in a civil lawsuit, is that if you did something to somebody, you got to suffer some consequences. So in essence, y'all Trump humpers, y'all don't want Donald Trump to suffer no consequences. You don't want him to go to jail. You don't want him to have to pay back no money. You don't want him to not be president again. Y'all is crazy. That's just the bottom line. You crazy. You don't want this man to have to suffer any inconvenience or discomfort. Meanwhile, your uncles and your cousins is locked up for smaller stuff than that. You ain't put money on their books. You ain't helping them get out. See, so our country, man, it's just so much wrapped up into this. You cannot justify giving him a dime. If you believe what his victim said, and if you believe the courts were right in making him pay this money back, I feel like this the way I feel about what was his name? I really don't want to mention his name, but to keep this in context, the one who killed Trayvon Martin, who murdered Trayvon Martin, y'all know who I'm talking about. He had that GoFundMe and he raised all of that money, but you know what? His life is still crap. His life is still crap. Savage Talk with Keefa, y'all. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here.
ain't stressing today.
What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? I ain't stressing today or tomorrow, last night or yesterday. We ain't stressing. We not stressing. So before the break, what was I talking about? GoFundMe mentality. Do you have a GoFundMe mentality? You heard that before? GoFundMe. It is a way of being, a way of showing up in the world where you are relying on other people for your own sanctity, safety, security. Are you relying on other people? So this is what I'm saying, y'all. Why is it? Why are we not preparing for rainy days, so to speak? Why are we not? Why don't we have money in the bank? So when Facebook, Instagram, and the banks and everything is shut down, how come we aren't prepared? Now, I'm not saying you have to be a doomsday prepper and you have to have like 3 years of canned goods and all of that stuff. You ain't got to go out there and buy chickens and, start collecting your own honeybees because you're going to start homesteading. I'm not saying that. Listen, most of the homesteaders is crunchy. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. See, that's part of the reason I love animals and I love growing my own vegetables and stuff. But I'm just not down to be crunchy. Okay, and if you're going to be fooling with chickens and goats and milking cows and making butter and cheese and skimming the whey off the milk and all of that stuff, bottling it up and going to the farmers markets and those type of things, you probably are crunchy and you don't even know it. Ain't nobody telling you. When you cross that line, like I was talking about the people on Ozempic, they cross the line and they don't realize they crossed the line because their heads is big and their necks and the rest of their body is skinny. They don't know they crossed the line. See, if you at the farmer's market and you selling stuff that you have bottled and labeled at your house and they came from animals, you probably crossed the line and you crunchy and you don't realize you crunchy. Okay, crunchy. For y'all that don't know what crunchy means, that means just kind of disheveled, no, ain't took care of your hair. Just look like you just walked off the farm. Okay, farm to table for real. Farm to everywhere for real. That's what crunchy is. Now, so the GoFundMe mentality. Are you expecting others to pick up financially? And don't get it twisted. I am a philanthropist. I believe in helping people. I help people. I donate. I love causes to support. But see, if you don't have no money and so one thing takes you out, that's not necessarily a cause. A cause, in my opinion, is bigger than one person. See, a cause is going to benefit the entirety of said group, said organization. That's a cause. Your light bill got cut off. If you ain't paying your rent, you're not doing the things you're supposed to do. And if you're in a position where you have employment, but you're underemployed and you still cannot afford your bills, you got to look at how you're doing your life. And I think that is where a lot of people drop the ball. Instead of looking at how they're doing their life, they look at other people to intervene and help. That, in my opinion, so that is what I call the GoFundMe mentality. Okay, that's just something that I say. Because when I see people asking for money because they need to pay for a funeral, because they need to pay for something that a lot of times we have time to plan for. There may not be a plan in place, but there should always be finances for it. Okay, let me say that again. You may not have a plan in place, but you should always have finances in place. Like if you know your child is going to need braces, you can tell that the minute their adult teeth start growing in. If they sideways, you know your child going to need braces. So you have to start planning for that, so you can get your child braces. The days, long gone are the days where when I was growing up, there was kids who had, we called them cock eyes. And that's just, that's not a medical term. It's not a medical term. It just means one eye is looking one way and one eye is looking another way. Or sometimes it means they looking at you, but neither eye is looking at you. So they are vision disorders. Cockeyed is a vision disorder. When I was growing up, you would see kids that had that condition. Nowadays, vision disorders like that, just like cleft lips, they are fixed with surgery. And I've seen GoFundMes to pay for medical expenses to fix those things, because we don't have the best healthcare system. I've said this before. Our healthcare system, you literally can go bankrupt and become homeless if you have one illness to take you out. It's true. In our country, that should not happen. And at the same time, you still should be working on your health. See, we have to do all of these things. So when I say the GoFundMe mentality, I mean the mentality where you show up in the world unprepared for any of it. Financially unprepared, health-wise you're unprepared, mentally you're unprepared. That is the GoFundMe mentality I'm talking about. You're not prepared. So when something comes up, you lay it in the hands of the general population. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I'm not saying don't ever ask people for help. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But see, there is a line. There is always a line that can be crossed into you have overdone it. You were underprepared, and as a result, what should be your burden to fix is now my burden to help you fix. This happens often when young women have babies too young, and they ain't in no financial position to take care of a child on their own. Sometimes they're not even old enough to get a job that's going to pay them enough. And the thing is, children, they don't have the world experience to know a lot of the things we know. So we have got to show our children how to not have a GoFundMe mentality. If your children see you asking other people for everything, sometimes those people, I call them opportunists. Those are the people that are always looking for what they can get from somebody else's opportunities, but they are never looking for what they can bring. That's part of the GoFundMe mentality too. Are you a taker or are you a giver? Because see, the saying goes, takers eat well, but givers sleep well. You know that one? See, you can take from me. You can take my food. You're going to eat good tonight. But see, I'm going to always sleep good because I do the right thing and I give. That's what that statement means. And I guarantee you we all know people that are takers. Sometimes they don't even realize they're takers. You want to know why? Because, see, they might see you as you have it. So if they're getting it from you, it's no loss to you. That's common. Yeah, a lot of people think like that. Yeah, you got it. So it's no loss to you. If you don't have it, you have an abundance. So you don't need this that I'm taking. That's a GoFundMe mentality. Because the minute you can't get something from me and all your other me's have dried up, you putting out a GoFundMe because you need strangers to help you. That's not a good place to be in. And the reason why I'm highlighting that is because, see, that is a way of being. And if you are that way, if that is how you show up in the world, that is what your life will be. You will never have the finances that you seek. You will never have the security that you seek. Your children will end up mimicking everything that you did, and they won't have it. And then what's going to happen? Them kids is going to have babies, and you're going to be taking care of them too. That is a cycle, that mentality. So it must be squashed at all costs. Now, how do you squash the GoFundMe mentality? I've said this before. Number one, personal development and growth. You got to invest in yourself so that you can get to a financial position where you can take care of your responsibilities and you can feel confident and show up in the world as such, because you can only produce what you are. And that is a mindset. So if you find yourself, listen, I say this all the time. If you find yourself in the same position month after month after month, it is something in your way of being in the world. It may be invisible to you, but it is there. It's there. Invisible to you, other people will see it. They may not know what it is. They may not know what to call it, but it's there. So we have got to check ourselves. That mentality will have you stuck in a timeless loop over and over and over, where, you know, you're waiting around to hurry up and do your taxes to get that little refund. See, it is a mentality. When you have a business that's making money, guess what? You got to pay taxes. So when you get money back, and you running a business, yes, you have write-offs, you have all of that. But see, businesses making money pay taxes. I don't care what Donald Trump is telling you. I don't care what these CEOs are telling you. They in the tax bracket that most of us won't ever experience. So I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about real world. Now, if you're making over 10 million and all of that, you know, you may have a charity where you're investing and you're donating 10 million. You make 10 million, you're donating 10 million. There's businesses that can do that. See, let me tell y'all, this is one of my goals. I want to be able to donate $5 million. Not over the course of my lifetime, but over the course of a few years. And that's my starting point. That's my starting point. So what does that mean? That means I got to grind, not GoFundMe. I got to grind, not GoFundMe. It's a way of showing up in the world. And when you show up in the world knowing that you're going to create money to donate, I said before, see, money is nothing by itself. We give money purpose. We give money purpose. And if you don't have a healthy purpose, intention behind your money, it ain't going to be right. I'm telling you right now. All of this is wrapped up into how you be, how you show up in the world. And Donald Trump, y'all, listen, Donald Trump, you want to know why all of this stuff works that he's doing? I'm going to tell y'all why it works so well, why people believe him, why they continue to support him. The thing about narcissism, and I'm talking about clinical narcissism. Clinical narcissism means that the people that are the narcissists, they believe wholeheartedly what they are saying. They believe that they are that smart. They believe they're smarter than everybody on the planet. They believe that they're better looking than everybody on the planet. The key word is belief. See, narcissistic people, they don't have any limiting beliefs. So self-doubt, the things that regular humans that do not suffer from narcissism, we have things that are checks and balances so that we can be in the world with other people and relate to other people and build relationships and love people, have them love us, all of that. In the world of narcissism, that doesn't exist. Everything solely exists for that person's pleasure. And the reason why narcissistic people can, in a lot of cases, be so financially successful, they can be great business people, all of the things we associate with success. That is the reason why they excel at that, is because they don't have any self-limiting beliefs. Self-doubt is the thing that stops most people from becoming successful. Self-doubt and carrying the past forward to the future and repeating the same old past, future, past, future, past, future. In essence, never truly creating anything new. Narcissists believe the world is at their fingertips. Narcissists believe that everybody, everything will always be a yes to them. Narcissists believe that anything in this world that I can see, that I can touch, is here for my pleasure only. And when you have beliefs, when your beliefs are that strong and that powerful, it equals manifestation power. Savage Talk with Keefa. We'll be right back after the break. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Savage Talk with Keefa is back. 101 TKO Radio. We talking about narcissistic people and really how it is they are so successful. You know, so check this out. I talked about Donald Trump. I'm trying to think of some other narcissistic people. And Nino Brown, of course, he's not real, but Nino Brown came to mind. So y'all remember Cash Money Brothers, CMB? You got to be in the right age group to know New Jack City, y'all. You got to be in the right age group to know New Jack City. I say, listen, do y'all remember? We say yes to education. We say yes to dedication. We climb up a higher mountain for a new, higher something motivation. Y'all remember when the little girl said that? So, no, seriously, though. Nino Brown, narcissistic people, they forget that other people actually help them get where they are. And it's not even an on-purpose thing. Part of the issue with people who have real narcissism is that it doesn't matter how wrong you tell them they are or how much you point out where you've helped them, they will never see it. They will never see it. That's part of the condition. They believe that it is only because of whatever they've contributed that led to the success of whatever the thing is. So Nino Brown, he forgot that all of his partners took over, was it Cabrini Green? Whatever them apartments was. He forgot that Radio Raheem, of course, he wasn't called Radio Raheem in that movie. Chris, what's his name? The singer. Oh, no, not Chris Rock. Christopher Williams. Y'all remember Pretty Boy Christopher Williams? Nino Brown never was really fooling with him. I always liked Christopher Williams. You know, in Cali, it was a time where Chris Williams and Al B. Sure was in. I don't know if it's like that now. But, so, the thing is this, y'all. Self-limiting beliefs. If you can take anything from a narcissistic person, and the reason why I always use Donald Trump in my analogies is because it's plain and simple. It don't take no whole bunch of, you got to take this class, you got to take that class to figure out the things that I tell you when you want to grow your own business, when you want to remove self-limiting beliefs. Donald Trump is the master at this. And he's only the master of this because he wholeheartedly believes in himself to that degree. That is why he has accomplished the things he's accomplished, whether you think they're great or not. The fact that a person can make $1 billion and lose $1 billion, most of us won't ever say that in our lifetime. That's a fact. So some of these things, you take the good and you throw out the bad. And if you can take on the trait of removing self-limiting beliefs in your own life, you can garner the same success. If you can figure out how to leverage partnerships, collaborations, Donald Trump didn't do it by himself. His constituents did it. He didn't storm the Capitol. They stormed the Capitol. He didn't vote himself president. They voted for him. He didn't start the GoFundMe. Elena started the GoFundMe. So you see, all of these folks are doing things to propel the Trump running for president, to propel Trump growing his business. Whatever it was He leveraged those relationships. So these are the things that you can implement in your own life, in your own business. Because even your regular life is partnerships. Every morning, if you go to a coffee shop and you order a coffee, a pastry, whatever it is you order, for that short amount of time, that is a partnership. See, you made an agreement to give them money in exchange for their product, which is the coffee, the pastry service, or whatever. In that agreement, that means you've accepted that, okay, the place looks like this, the coffee is XYZ temperature, it's whoever it is that's serving you the coffee. See, that is your co-signing that it's okay. So even buying coffee, you're in a partnership, even if it's short term. Same thing with you go to your gym. For that short period of time, you've agreed that you're going to come into the gym, you're going to do X, Y, Z. You're going to follow those rules. So for that amount of time that you're at the gym, you're in a partnership. You agreed to follow the rules. In exchange, they've agreed to let you come and get on their equipment, do whatever it is you're going to do in that gym. But that's a temporary partnership. Went to QT to get gas, filled up at Kroger. Yes, that is a partnership. You put your card in, you paid for your gas, which means Kroger has agreed to give you X amount of gas for the amount of money you're giving them back. Now, suppose you put your card in, they charge you $75 and give you 3 gallons. Kroger has broke the agreement. So everything, you guys, is some sort of negotiation. Okay? And I'm going to tell y'all, the worst negotiation is the one that you don't realize you're a part of. All right? So I'm going to say that again. The worst negotiation is the one that you don't even realize you're a part of. So once you can start recognizing that everything in life, everything you buy, everything you sell, it's a partnership, it's an agreement, even if it's temporary, then you can start having a perspective of how can I deliver more value than what they expect from me? Because see, that's how you build relationships that are long term. So next time when you go get your coffee, and you actually order a small or a tall, they're going to put it in a grande cup for you. See, this is how it works. How do I know this? Because I experience it. This is what I do in my life. I ask for the things that I want and that I need because I recognize everything is negotiable and everything is some sort of partnership and agreement. Even when you don't think so, even if you're not talking to the HBIC or the HNIC, y'all know what I'm saying. It is still an agreement, an arrangement, and a partnership. And the better you get at removing all of your self-limiting beliefs, the better deals you're going to make. You understand what I'm saying? See, you are losing out on money and on deals because you don't have the confidence in yourself to ask for something. Meanwhile, it's other people who don't have them same self-limiting beliefs. We ask for everything. And you're going to have to just tell me no. Because if I'm going to McDonald's and I buy a Happy Meal for my kid, I'm going to say, oh, you think you could throw in a large fries? Because, yeah, my son's 17. They might be thinking, why the hell are you getting a Happy Meal? But see, I'm going to ask for the large fry. And sometimes they're going to throw it in because they think it's funny or whatever it is. But the thing is, I don't have that filter that says, they going to tell me no. They going to think I'm crazy. They going to think I'm broke. They going to think I'm this or that. I don't care what they think because, see, they're entitled to think whatever they want to think. The only thing that matters is what I think about myself and how I show up in the world in my life. So while you putting the stuff in that Happy Meal, can you make the fries large? Yeah, make the fries large. That's just an example. I'm going to tell you another one. I'm dealing with it right now. My mortgage company sent me a check, a nice check too, because they made a mistake 10 years ago. But guess what I did? So I followed up and I said, while I appreciate this offer, can you give me somebody that can give me more money? Because I don't believe after 10 years, the amount of money y'all are offering me is fair and valid. And while you're at it, I would like to also know what formula y'all used. Because I know the formula you use if I were to pay my mortgage late. If I didn't pay if I didn't make a payment for 10 years, I can tell y'all the formula. And it's going to be 10 times. I'm going to owe you guys 10 times as much as you just offered me. So if it's okay, can you please put somebody on the line that can make the decision? Because I would like more money. You have to ask. And you can't be no punk. It's your life. This is your life. And if you don't want to have a GoFundMe mentality, you got to get savage. That's it. You know why? Because people are dependent on you. Your children. Your fans. And I ain't talking about Instagram. I'm not talking about Facebook. I'm talking about the real flesh, bone people in your life that are watching you. You don't even know they're watching you. But they're watching how you move and they're watching your energy. And that's good. Let them. Show them how it's supposed to be done. Show them how life is supposed to be done. Show them how you're supposed to show up in the world, in your own life. Show them how you built your success. Let them watch. Life is too short to be BSing. And while I always say I would never ever in my life vote for Trump, I'm going to continue saying, listen, you better follow the blueprint. If you're trying to make sales and you're trying to build your tribe, you better talk the language they understand. You better show up at the places where they hang out. Don't try to look like you something that you aren't, because your clients, they'll smell it a mile away and they won't ever spend a penny with you. It's nothing worse than faking the funk when you try to show up as someone you're not. That's a fact. That is a fact, y'all. So the things I tell you to take from Trump are the sales tactics, the techniques. Go for it. Speak the language. Say what's on your mind. Trump does it every day. And I swear, every day is somebody who will get on TV and talk about how great he is. Even though they can't tell you none of his policies. They can't tell you how his policies have helped him. They can't tell you anything about his politics. You want to know why? Because he hasn't talked about his politics because of the lawsuits. But our problem is the Democrats is weak. I hate to say it. My team is weak. They've been missing gym days. They ain't been taking protein. They missing sleep. So when it's time to show up on the field, we getting pummeled. And we on the home court. This is our house and we getting spanked. Yeah, that means, in other words, sleepy Joe Biden is asleep at the wheel. We do not have anybody that we could support. Now I'm just saying, that's just me. You ain't got to agree with me, but I'm telling you what I see. And if Biden don't wake up, first off, he better wake up and he better take some pre-workout. An extra dose. Take some pre-workout, glue those dentures down extra tight, and get out on this campaign trail and start speaking what we need. So when November comes around, we actually can win the presidency again. Because otherwise, let me tell y'all what's going to happen. Trump is going to win, and he ain't going to have to pay back a dime. And he ain't going to have to go to jail. And he's going to be talking smack about how dumb everybody was that let him Trump his way back into the presidency with all this illegal activity. I got to keep it real, y'all. I got to keep it real. This is what we working with. So look, you guys, y'all have been listening to Savage Talk with Keefa. I have just one more thing before I go. I talked about it at the beginning of the show, and I want y'all to go look it up. This sister, Pearl Moore, she still holds the record for the most shots, 4,061 from 1974 to 1979. Do not let the NCAA try to say that this Catlin girl has the record. She does not have the record. Go look it up. She does not have the record. So you've been listening to Savage Talk with Keefa on 101 TKO Radio. I'm on every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. 101 TKO Radio, where we knock it out the box always and always. I'm going to see y'all Thursday. Thank you for tuning in, giving me your ear. I always appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram when it's working at Keefa Ray. And all right, I love y'all, and I'm out.
And we're